don't know where they're at. And I've never spoken to a psychologist, so I have no frame of reference as to how good he is. Message, huh? What we got? Don't know how she got my number, but whatever. Don't know why I had to open it all the way to... Okay, whatever. So, let's see what we're looking for in here. Hey, a forklift. I actually know how to drive one of those. Been certified twice. Interesting fact. But all in all, this game isn't bad. This game is actually a lot of fun. It is very cool to drive a forklift, and it's also kind of freaky at the same time because they're really, really powerful. At least I get my number.
Harry. Oh, Harry.
What's wrong?
I don't feel well. I woke up. I had such a terrible dream. Blood everywhere.
Try to stay calm, Lisa. I'm coming.
Oh, God, Harry. Please hurry.
Forklifts are extremely powerful. I've actually... I've seen someone run into concrete, like a solid thing of concrete with it, and it cuts through it like it's butter. But it's actually kind of fun when you get used to it. I used to work for Nickelodeon a long time ago, and I had to use the forklift to move things that they use to make slime. God, I've been playing Arkham City so much. Whenever I see a door or the shutter like that, I want to like run at it and slide underneath it. I actually have a buddy of mine who is an assistant manager at Sherman Williams in Carpet. He actually told me today he accidentally drove his forklift into their carpet cutting machine, and he broke it. So, $25,000 piece of equipment getting busted up. Here we go. So now we have to run back to the apartment.
Harry.
Oh yeah.
Lisa?
OD time.
No!
Don't move.
No. This isn't what...
I said don't move. Stand up and step away from the girl.
This isn't what it looks like.
Stop talking. What have you done?
She was in an accident. I didn't do this.
Accident? Shut the hell up. You've been feeding me bullshit all night. You bastard.
I didn't...
Shut up! I know you're not Harry Mason.
10-second rule. Yeah, so you'll notice when we start to get somewhere with Harry here, you know, so he's got amnesia, things like that. When we start to get somewhere, the game likes to really screw with you. You know, so she says, "I know you're not Harry Mason," and then instantly everything gets frozen, and a whole bunch of really just scary shit starts to happen. Well, I wouldn't call this scary. I think the fear that's induced from this game is a lot different I would say that this game is more panic-inducing than anything else. If you want to call it like panic horror, like like the first Dino Crisis is supposed to be. I could have sworn that there was. Get off. Look out. How come I can't slam the doors open in their face? Slam the doors open, or swing the door open in their face. I do believe we're trying to get to the mall area right over here. This game takes its time to load. This was actually a Wii game first. Long before it was, and then eventually they ported it to PSP and the PS2. Player. I'm supposed to go this way. And that big ass bird right there, you actually should remember the colors of his beak, because there's actually a puzzle where you need to know those colors. I wonder how this game looked on the PSP. I have one, but it's kind of a paperweight. I really don't use it. I only bought it for Tekken 5: Dark Resurrection when that game was coming out. And then, of course, they released it for PS3, and I felt like an idiot. Keep running. My favorite thing to do in these games. Fight? What the hell is that? No, just keep running. There we go. You know, when you get into these puzzle rooms, you don't have to worry about enemies coming to get you. There we go. If you listen to the voicemail, the little girl right here is telling her father that she wants certain gumballs from this shaky gumball machine, which I think actually do exist. I actually think you can find some of these and shake them all up. But you need to find it doesn't need to be in the specific order. You just need to get the right colors of the bird's beak in order to get going. And it should be red. I guess you call this purple or violet. And we need yellow and pink. I guess that's yellow. So now we need a pink one. Black. There it is. Again, it doesn't need to be in a specific order. And there you go. That's the end of that. Pretty simple stuff. I'm actually playing this on my fat PS3. That's my PS2 copy. So the edges have been smoothed out a little bit. But it's alright. I think it looks okay for the stream. And there's actually, I do remember there's a UFO, if you're doing the UFO ending. There's actually one of them in these fish tanks over there. So there's actually a memento thing around here somewhere. But again, I'm not really going for any of that stuff. Howdy, Gab. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, because I'm trying to... Brila. Okay, yeah, so person runs. And you get a message. The experience, you just ignore that. Some of these messages are just crap. Like, they're really not going to tell you much. So... But, you know, I do encourage... There's actually a memento. Wait, is there a key in there? Actually, I need to turn on my TV because I need to hear when it clicks. No? Oh, yeah, okay, it is just a memento. No big deal. He is in really good shape for a writer. I do a lot of writing, so believe me, I have to go to the gym 5 times a week. Gotta make time for it. Oh, okay. Here's where the key is. So you just change the track and just make it go. Nope, there is no endurance in this game. Oh no. You just keep running. This game is more about kind of weak-ass puzzles, I guess. And well, I shouldn't say weak, just because I have the answers already. So, beaten the game a couple times. This game is more about puzzles. There's no combat at all. That scene where you see me running, or the sections where you see me running with ice and the monsters everywhere. That's the extent of I guess combat, if you want to call it that, in this game. So here we go. He should comment on this. No, guess not. Normally he says hard body. Believe me, I know. I've done this. I've done the sexual route a couple times. Okay.
Harry?
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know I'm okay. John's here, finally. We're gonna see if we can find a bite to eat.
I'm glad.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. On my way to 7th Street. Michelle, what happened at the club?
Sorry, Harry, you're breaking up. What was that?
Michelle?
Okay. So, there's actually a puzzle in here where you look at all of these. This is a greeting card place, and there's a key code for this door. And you actually hear each greeting card makes a sound like it's one of those electronic greeting cards, I guess you could call it. And there's a message that you get, like a voicemail, and you hear the different tones in order. And so all you need to do is open them up, and then you can get the numbers from there. So that's the basic idea behind that puzzle. And again, the puzzles are supposed to take a lot longer than a lot of these running sections. So if you know the answers to them, you can kind of breeze through this game without too much of an issue. Well, if you have followed me, I appreciate it, Dr. Wu. Movies. I've been wanting to go see, and I hate to admit it, it's a guilty pleasure, but I've been wanting to see Paranormal Activity 3. These movies aren't the best, man, but I do enjoy a good scare yourself time. This is an interesting little part here. So that's nice and spooky. I usually follow people on Justin TV if they're playing shows that I like a lot. I wish I could follow my own stream. That would be nice. Alright, now that we're out of the mall, let's keep on going. you take a picture here, you actually find out that his family ran over their dog. It's really random. Green Lion pawn shop. All right. And again, this is kind of another puzzle, but if you don't know what you're doing, you can kind of miss some of this stuff. So you unscrew this, make the key fall. Let's go ahead and grab a key. Pretty simple. It's true, they were pink. Alright, let's head on upstairs. Things are getting real staticky, so something's about to happen.
Cheryl? Sweetie, is that you? You'd been gone for so long, I started to worry. Sweetie?
Oh yeah, she's looking real
Who the hell
good.
are you? Harry?
How do you know me? Where's Cheryl?
Still at the lighthouse, maybe.
Lighthouse?
What are you doing here, Harry?
Looking for Cheryl. Isn't this my house? Who are you?
You look really good.
Who are you?
We're soulmates, you and I. For richer, for poorer. In sickness and in health.
You're my wife?
Damn it. No, I'm in Jade. All right, so everything's frozen again. So moving on. And you'll notice we're going down a long staircase, and we're going to start going down pits again, and it's very, very reminiscent of Silent Hill 2. You know, we're kind of diving deep at this point into our character. So there is a lot of symbolism in this game. I honestly don't know a lot of it, and I wish that I had prepared fully for this game to really tell you guys. But in my defense, I've been playing Arkham City, so like I tried my best to beat this game really quick and during the week, and then I was like, all right, it's time for Batman. Yeah, dude, the ice is totally cock blocking. So here we go. We're gonna take a leap of faith here. I love how his natural reaction is like, yeah, okay, I'll just jump. This is fun, though. Let me see if you guys can see some of the things that are passing. So there's like images. Down a bit, maybe you can see some stuff. Beds, pictures. Creepy little ice girl waving at me. So this kind of stuff right here I like. This is fun. Alright, so here's where, and I hate using this term, but this is where things start to get a little weird. Just because, you know, this game in and of itself is just, you're like, what the hell? So you notice we're in a completely dark room now. And we can't actually run for a good while. Dang, where is that? Yeah, this part's real. There's a light right above me. There we go. Okay, now we're starting to get into the sections of the game where you can run through constant doors over and over and over again, and you will never be able to find your way. But okay, now we're running down more stairs. This is symbolic. This means something. You have to walk towards this mirror right here. The loading really does break the moment. Right. Let's go. And you'll notice that, you know, like they look more sexualized and everything like that. What you're looking for is the door that has the most ice around it. I actually don't think it matters which door I play right here. So. Yeah. And it doesn't matter which door you pick here either. We're starting an infinite loop now. This is always lots of fun. Okay, now we should start looking for... There's usually ice chilling around it somewhere. Here we go. I do need to replay Silent Hill 2 for the stream at some point. I like this is where the room starts kind of spinning. Just because I don't believe that I have a Silent Hill 2 run saved. I think the first Silent Hill run that I have saved on the stream is actually Resident Evil 3, which I would like to go back and play and beat it properly without getting my ass kicked by Nemesis. You notice that the room's getting longer and longer. Some interesting stuff. Oh, you have it on your YouTube? That's good. That was like my 2-hour run on my Silent Hill 2 run. Alright, another leap of faith.
Shit.
I actually like this part because it actually looks kind of like a movie. Excuse me. There's some random pictures that are sparsed out randomly. Can't tell what that picture is exactly. Alright, here we go. You'll notice my flashlight. Now, I'm trying to get to this bed over here, but you'll notice there's actually invisible walls, and the easiest way to see them is actually use your flashlight. Well, actually, the only way, I mean. So, you can kind of find where the walls are. And you're kind of in a labyrinth of sorts, so... And all we're trying to do is get to the bed. Because that's where good stuff happens. See, not too difficult. Loading. Right, now this should be the part where we're looking for. Here we go. Just look for the stuff with ice on it. Pick that up from here, would you? So even if the ice is further away from the door, like you just look and see it's got ice around it, it's not going to be on the door specifically. So, there's actually the door right in front of me. And that is the easiest way to tell where we need to go. So. Ran out of flare. There we go. Just make a run for it. Silent Hill, I think, is actually real. But, I think a lot of the things that happens, you know, it's all in the character's mind. And it's fun to debate that one way or the other. Especially with games like 2 and stuff like that.
Cheryl. This is your room. But you're not in it.
So he finally crashes.
You know, I think we're getting somewhere. We're all tied up in this marriage thing. Marriage worked a lot better when we didn't live so long. We have phrases like the honeymoon is over to remind us how quickly marriage is sour. You think I'm being cynical? Divorce does that to you. Come on. You think marriage can really last? Should a couple stay together for the kids? Do you think it's a bad idea to marry young?
No, it's not a bad idea.
You think sex becomes stale after marriage?
No, I do not.
You know what? You being such an expert on marriage, you're going to ace my matchmaker test. On the table are 6 pictures. All you have to do is sort them into 3 married couples.
And I'm going to do it by background. So. Oops. Come on now. Yeah, it's not bad. I think it looks pretty decent for a
All
PS2
finished?
game. Yes, I'm all finished.
Okay. Now tell me which of those couples are still together. I'm joking. You know I'm just trying to provoke you, right? Oh, let's keep going. We're really making progress here.
They're paying this guy to do this?
Harry? Harry? Were you dreaming? Are you okay?
What are you doing here? This place is...
You're home, right? I saw the photos of you in the corridor, you and your family.
Cheryl isn't here.
I'm sorry.
The woman said Cheryl was at the lighthouse.
The lighthouse closed down years ago.
Now, I need to go there.
John and I can drive you there. We'll take the lake road.
Thank you.
So you're Harry. John. Well, don't mind me. I'm sure you two have lots of catching up to do.
John, don't be silly.
Back up into that fire hydrant.
Nice car you got, John. I always wanted one of these. But when Cheryl was born, we graduated to the family car club. Trunk space wins out over engine size.
I'd swap the car for a family any day. Though I'm happy enough with just John for now.
Cut it out, Michelle.
Huh?
It's embarrassing.
I'm not embarrassed. Don't mind me.
This isn't how I wanted things to go.
It's not Harry's fault. I
Nothing
mean...
to do with Harry. I mean this. Us. I wanted to make things clear. I wanted to do things right.
What are you saying?
This reunion, this weekend. I wanted to come see you to talk things through.
Talk? About our relationship?
Michelle, there is no relationship.
Please, don't do this. Not now.
If not now, when? Where? Christ, Michelle, I've been trying to do this for months, but you don't want to hear it. Now we have a witness. Maybe you'll listen.
You're just tired. You're not thinking right. It's been too long since we've been together.
No. No, Michelle. I was hoping to do this right, but I need to do it. We've been running on empty for a long time. Living on fumes. It isn't a relationship, it's a courtesy.
If I still love you, it can't be over.
It is! You don't love me. You love the John in your head.
Please.
I can't listen to this. I can't do this anymore.
John!
Ooh, she got dumped. I love how you can move your neck like this. Like, if I moved my head like this, I'm sure my head would come off. But, alright, we gotta get the hell out of here. So... I guess, nope. Looks like the door's unlocked, so... Let's go. Yeah, awkward. Oh boy. Guess where we have to go? We have to go into the sewers. Fun. Thankfully there's no green monsters in here. So... John takes the keys, so when you sit in the driver's seat, he goes, "Oh, he took the keys." I think there is, actually. I don't think they let you get out through the back. Just take the car and drive off. And let's see. Oh, this is fun right here. It's like this old nasty fish. Mmm. Delicious. Sure, I'll take this.
Cheryl?
Daddy, you shouldn't come.
No, sweetie,
It's not safe. Please don't come.
Right. Actually, no, there's nothing over here. Interesting stuff for the doors. You don't get to do that kind of stuff too many times. Battery's dying. I hate sewer levels so much. Whoops. Okay, I'm not even paying attention right now. One of the UFOs is actually at the end of one of these docks. So if you're going for that UFO ending, that's where one of them is. Okay, what the hell? Oh, I think I'm going to the amusement park. That's where I need to be. I'm going to need to plug in my controller here in a second. Yeah, there's a map. You really don't... This game's fairly linear. You really aren't... I mean, you can wander, but... I mean, the paths are pretty straightforward. Give me a second, I need to plug my controller. Wang, this is Silent Hill, yeah, Shattered Memories. Dr. Moon just posted it. Sorry guys, I had to plug in my controller. Battery's dying. Oops. The damn door. I'm discombobulated, I can't remember where to go. Straight, apparently. Let's see how far straight gets me. Yeah. What is pretty cool is, what was it already here? I'll wait for this scene to finish.
Hey.
It's over, John and me. I don't think he's loved me for a long time. I was in love with
Cake.
an idea of this person. But that wasn't John. What a waste. You know, I should have realized when he said he wanted to be a lawyer. You're still headed for the lighthouse?
Yeah.
You need a boat
Nice
to
one,
cross
Damon.
the lake. They often moor at the jetty behind the amusement park. Head through the alley out back. You'll see it. I used to go there with John. I doubt it's as exciting as I remember it. Are you sure you want to go, Harry?
That's all I got.
Something feels wrong.
She's there. I know it this time. I'll get my answers.
You might not like them.
She was dressed up for like a class reunion or something. Don't ask me why she's dressed like that.
We're getting deep in it now. I can almost taste it. All this talking, and we still haven't touched on the sex thing. That's what you're thinking. Aren't all psychiatrists supposed to be obsessed with sex? It's not us. It's you. You're obsessed with not having sex. Come on, let's have some fun. See the pictures on the table. I want you to divide them up. The ones you think are a sexual symbol go on the left. The ones that aren't, the right.
Sure. Looks like a skull. And also looks kind of like a skull. Bunch of trash on it, and some bugs are going after it. The boy. Yeah, whatever. Looks like a brain.
Good. Of course, the constant partner of sex, the other side of the same coin, is death. Sex is death. It's a leap into the void, the great loss of self, the tiger in space, a plea for annihilation. To deny sex is to deny death itself. You know, people who are getting enough don't need analysis. You clearly are not getting enough. Let's see this through to the end.
What's going on? Thanks for hopping in the stream. Alright, now we're making progress. And I do believe we're going to go to the amusement park. At some point. Yep, sure am. Oh, here we go. This should be another memento. What the hell is this thing? Here we go. Lakeside Amusement Park. Oops. We actually can climb right to the window. Fairly simple to get the key. Yeah, this Silent Hill Shattered Memories is a kind of a reimagining of the first Silent Hill. It's not considered canon or anything like that, but it is a very interesting take on the game. I enjoy it. And I guess for any of you guys who just hopped into the stream, this was originally a Wii game, which is why there are sections like this where I have this cursor. This is just another memento. I just like grabbing some of these things. So it's a Wii game, so you can definitely tell like I'm able to move the flashlight, things like that. So that's it was originally like Silent Hill for Wii. So trying to give the Wii users some actual games to play. But this is actually the PS2 copy. They did finally port it to PS2 and PSP, roughly a year later after they released it. So, okay, now there's a shadow in here that we need to follow around. I just need to find her. Some messages. There she is. for this little section, you need to just kind of find the shadow. It's like fucking Peter Pan shadow or some shit. But this game's very interesting. There's no combat. Again, I apologize for everybody that's heard me say this like 1,000 times already. There's no combat in this game, so it's definitely a giant departure from where the games were going at the time. You know, we had Silent Hill 4: The Room out, which was very combat-based and things like that. So this one is right up my alley, because any of you guys that have watched me play these games, you guys know that I try to run from enemies as much as possible. So this game really is kind of like, here, CK, play. You want to play a Silent Hill game? This one's for you. So it is a reimagining of the first game. It doesn't tread on the first one's shoes at all. There's no ridiculous callbacks. I mean, they use character names, but so I mean, we have Harry Mason. You know, he is trying to find his daughter. You know, and then, like, Dahlia is a girl that kind of shows up here and there. So it's interesting stuff.
Harry Mason, you're late.
For what?
Your party. I started without you, so you're playing catch-up.
What is this place?
It's a boat. It's like a car, but goes on water. We float this baby out into the middle of the lake, and we can do whatever we like. No one to tell us what to do.
I need to get to the lighthouse.
Well, it can do that too. For a price.
My daughter is there. I need to be there.
Harry, always with the weight of the world on his shoulders. I remember when you were a fun-loving guy.
We're talking about my daughter, damn it!
Okay. We'll be at the lighthouse in about 20 minutes. It's a slow boat.
You know what's happening to me.
I know a lot of things.
You don't know the half of it. I've seen you die. I've seen a woman with the same name twice your age. She said she was my wife. Every step I take, Cheryl gets further away.
But now she's at the lighthouse. Nowhere else to go.
Who are you, Dahlia?
I already told you. I'm the lay of your life. Your salvation and your curse. I taste sweet, don't I?
Harry getting it on with a teenage girl, man. He was cold as ice. It's a little bit of loading for us right here. There actually aren't any bosses in this game, so I don't need to worry about losing 50-something times in a row. And in this section, you actually can't avoid.
Harry! Turn back!
I can't. It's too late now.
For our daughter's sake!
Gran towards the lighthouse. And in a second, more of the Rorschachs will show up. You can't avoid them. So now we're starting to get a bit of information here. You notice that Cheryl's a lot older than he thinks. Stuff like that, you know. She keeps telling him, you know, I don't think you're Harry Mason. You know, we're getting little bits and pieces. If I had stopped to read a lot of the messages and things like that, you get a much better glimpse into the game and really what's going on. I mean, at this point, I'm just running through it as quickly as I can. So you'll notice that their heads are different. They have a mixture of abstract portions of their body, and that one's completely abstract. So some of them are very sexual looking, their bodies. You know, they're like that one right there. So now the ice has started to break. Rorschachs are frozen. You guys didn't figure out I'm supposed to get grabbed by a bunch of them, so. Swim, swim, swim. What is neat is if you look down, you'll notice stuff. So you notice that was Harry holding his little girl, and that was the car that they were driving. There's another one coming up here in a second. You guys can kind of see it at the bottom of the screen. I can't imagine having to do this on the Wiimote. God, drive me nuts. So, girl in the bed looks like somebody talking. It's probably Harry. Yeah, when I mean that there's no combat, like there are enemies. You notice that the car's crashed into a pole and there's a poor bastard on the ground there. Like you can't actually fight those enemies. Like you can only throw them off. That's about it. You notice Harry's getting a little tired here. As we get closer and closer to the lighthouse.
You're not stopping me!
I'm not here to stop you. I didn't have to fish you out of the water, did I?
Stop talking! You can't talk me out of this!
I'm not here to stop you. I pulled your file at the station. I told you that, right? If you're telling the truth, this doesn't make sense. But I think you are telling the truth. I believe you think you're Harry Mason. Hell, I believe you are Harry Mason. But Harry Mason was killed in a car crash 18 years ago. You want answers? I guess they're waiting in there.
That's the lighthouse?
Nothing's quite what you expect, is it? First thing tomorrow, I'm gonna hand in my badge. I don't think I'm cut out for police work. Not in this town. Good luck.
Thanks.
I've seen 64 characters that walk better than her. Damn mosquito, get out of here.
It's a clinic?
And I do believe there's a memento right here. Just get some chilled monkey brains. Here we go.
This is going nowhere. I'm spelling it out, but you're not listening. Your troubled school days? How you're conflicted about marriage? Your denial of death? The unfounded guilt? Abnormal sexuality? 18 years of denial. A whole universe of fantasy in that thick skull of yours. A skull teeming with agents of repression. Blind children clutching photos in the dark. Pale freaks goggle-eyed from watching home movies on loop. The term is complicated grief. But it's simple, isn't it? A young girl. Her parents don't get along. She blames herself, as all children do. Then Daddy dies. What's a girl to do? Deny that Daddy died. Deny who Daddy was. What 7-year-old actually knows who their parents are anyway? So she obsesses and obsesses over this fantasy dad propping up her make-believe with scraps of a happy life that never was, scraps of a father who never existed. Wake up! Your dad wasn't a hero. Wasn't your knight in shining armor. He was a human being. You never knew him. And you never will. The dad walking around in your head isn't even a ghost. He never existed. A Frankenstein's monster, a child's fantasy. But you're alive. Your mother is alive. She's not the monster you make her out to be. You need to live your life. Cheryl.
You've been with me for so long.
I always will be. Sweetie.
be careful?
Sure.
Harry.
We've said enough. Let's just... Sweetie, don't film this. You know this has nothing to do with you, right? Even though Mom and Dad don't love each other anymore, we both love you. And we always will. Now, come on.
So, pretty interesting, huh? Obviously that makes a lot more sense if you saw it from the beginning. I actually like reading some of this because some of it kind of creeps me out. Because sometimes it feels like the game really does know me. Yeah, he... Let's see what Dr. Kaufman has to say, huh? Yeah, this is the end. This isn't... sorry, I was reading what he was saying. I'm really big on floral metaphors. Yeah, like there's no bosses in the game. You're just kind of absorbing lots of story, and from what it seems like, her father, Harry, gets killed at one point in a car crash, and she has, like, I think somebody pointed it out, she has trouble dealing with it, and so she kind of in her mind creates like the perfect father who's willing to protect her and do all these things, and of course the different endings, yeah. Oh man. Oh man. I'd be more than happy to find that game and stream it. I definitely think it'll be a lot of fun. I mean, I've heard, it's not the first time I've heard someone recommend that game. So I'll give it a shot. Coffin's way off base this time, man. Clean and tidy my ass. But this game, I mean, you're just absorbing a lot of stuff, but the different endings, depending on what you're doing in the game. If you do a lot of things that are based on sex, stuff like that, you will get an ending where, they do the whole thing where she's like, I love my daddy, but instead of that really nice, like, oh, mommy, daddy still love you kind of thing, it'll actually show Harry with Lisa and that other chick that you meet that was eating cake earlier. I forget her name, Michelle. And then she's like, "Oh, will you dedicate your next book to us?" And he's in bed with both of them at the same time. And you're like, "Oh, okay, so the guy was a sleazeball." Or you can get an ending where he's a complete drunk. And what other endings can you get? There's another ending where Harry can kind of be a bit of a pussy, and he's kind of it's almost like his wife is the domineering one in the relationship, things like that. So, and then the ending I just got, which is actually the best ending you can get, other than a UFO ending, which I really wish I had. And those are all the mementos I picked up. If you collect them all in the game, she'll have a whole full box full of stuff. So, she's closing it up right now. She's kind of accepting, what's happened. So, So that's the best ending you can get. And then there's the UFO ending, where if you collect everything, when it shows the final ending, Cheryl's actually the dog from Silent Hill 2. Dr. Kaufman is actually an alien, and then you see James behind the chair, and they're kind of hiding, and the girl says, "Oh, I think my dad's actually been abducted by aliens." And then he says, "What, are you kidding me? Like, it sounded better when, like, you were talking about ghosts and demons and stuff." So it's an interesting game for sure. It's very quick. You guys notice I beat it fairly soon. It's about 3 hours. Again, if you don't have the answers to a lot of the puzzles, you can't spend a lot of time, screwing around with them and trying to figure out what's what. So, same what I just read. Yeah, I do swap discs in cases a lot, but my disc never gets scratched, so I'm happy to say that. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a tape, so yeah, I just have it sitting right now. So I wasn't expecting a big turnout for today or anything, so I really don't think too many people are interested in this game. And also, I think since the new Batman game is out right now, I think everybody's playing it, so I didn't think too many people were gonna put down Batman to play or to watch the stream. But I do appreciate everybody watching this game. Next week will be Silent Hill Origins, which I got Batman and I opened it up and then I just placed the game somewhere, so it's probably in this room somewhere. So it's probably buried under all my college textbooks and everything. So now I'm glad you were too, Barb. I appreciate it. Let me see. But yeah, I mean, you should definitely watch The Thing again. I don't know who was in here at the time when I was playing it, but that game it's fine at first, and then through the second half, after you get past that first half of the game, it gets really dumb, and you're fighting soldiers and turret guns after a while, and you're not even fighting the Thing, and it becomes a really crappy, just a really crappy shooter, Batmang. So. But yeah, I honestly didn't know if this game was going to take a long time or not. But I guess I'll just call it a night. But I mean, I don't know if any of you guys are in the Texas area, but there is going to be a tournament at Subway on the 29th. I'll have to get some information. I'll probably post some stuff. Post some stuff on the stream just in case anyone's interested. So, and I do appreciate you guys hopping in, but I'll probably just call it a night for a bit. So, yeah, the Thing gets really dumb after the first half. It's lame. But if you guys haven't seen anything, I encourage you guys to watch the other archived videos and things. I need to go through them again to make sure everything's saved. But if there's any games that you guys want me to play, I know Penumbra, I have that written down right now. So if there's any other games that you guys want me to play, let me know. I'm going to try to do my best to see if I can stream some PS3 games, but my PC just doesn't like it. And matter of fact, let me see. Actually, I'll give it a shot tomorrow. I'll do some tests tomorrow to see if I can. But anyways, you guys have a good night. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream, what little of it there was. So, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I know I'll be. But you guys have a good night.